Might not seem it with that nice sunshine, but it's quite windy. Anchor's dragged a bit this evening, and I've got no windlass at the moment, so I'm by myself, and it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to try to get out of here in a second. Wind's coming from the northwest, which is ideal to shoot through from Barren Islands here down to the islands of Kodiak. So gonna get going hopefully, and should be a quick sail if I can get out of here safely. As long as the motor's going, I can drag the anchor out to deeper water, I figure, and I should be okay. No worries, we're away. Kodiak, here we come. Windy. Pretty big wind gusts around the Barren Islands back there, but it looks fairly steady out here. It's probably, I don't know, 25 knots I'd say. 20, 25, perfect. Don't need much more sail than just the headsail. I can just see the corner of the Northern Islands that I want to get around. Got a compass bearing about 155 degrees. So not far off 180, which is due south, of course. Getting there slowly. Couple of hours in now, probably a good, geez, I don't know, 5 hours to go, I guess. Doing around about 6 knots, I'd say. A little bit more, perhaps. Probably could get a mainsail up, but to be honest, I just can't be bothered. And I'll only probably get another 2 knots out of the boat anyway, so I'm happy with the headsail. There's a few gusts that are close to 30 knots. So we're doing good. Close. Just gonna head into this little inlet here for the night, And I'll get around to Kodiak town tomorrow probably, which is probably another good 5 hours or so. Getting into some shelter here and running out of wind a little bit, but just going to give the motor a run, get into the anchorage and drop anchor. Don't want to start the motor for a short period of time. Give it a decent run to get the battery back up to scratch after starting it. Anyway, looks nice and calm in here for hopefully a peaceful night. Got a bit windy last night. If it comes in from due north, it won't be good, but with a bit of luck we'll be okay. Here we are. Quick dip in the sea, pretty refreshing. Bloody cold actually, but I was hot. I was all laid up there and pulling anchors and getting the boat ready. I was like, okay, I'm warm, I can jump in, I can do it. But that'll do for now. It's actually refreshing, you just can't stay in there. I just jump off the steps at the back there. 2 dips, about 2 seconds each, but it's refreshing. It's good to have a wash. Good to get here. Still a bit of wind coming in here, but I was snuck in behind this little point. It's just about low tide now, and it's probably 4.5, 5 meters deep here. I can see the bottom, so it's not very deep, but deep enough. A little bit out of the wind, hopefully it'll calm during the night. But I'm pretty sheltered. Even if the wind comes from the north, I reckon I'll be okay. Nobody here, beautiful. First fish for the trip, this guy's going back. Spiny little bugger. Not too much around, been jigging for a little while, but first fish for the summer still. Can't complain. Yeah, just that one little fish, I don't even know what they're caught. I've caught a couple of them over the past 5 years, but I'm so not interested in them, I don't know what they're called. What a beautiful little stream. Beautiful. Such nice countryside. Spectacular. Well, today's going to be my 4th day on the go, so I'm looking forward to hopefully reaching Kodiak today, the town Kodiak, and probably at least spend 2 nights there. I've got to order a couple of things online. I'm going to hopefully use their post office to receive that stuff, and then I'll head out again and look up 3, maybe 4 rivers for about 10 days or so, giving enough time for these items to arrive in the post. And yeah, I'll come back into Kodiak, grab that stuff, and then head off and really start heading down towards Sand Point. Just getting some breakfast together, and we'll get away. Hopefully reach Kodiak Township, the city today. Another windy day, a few clouds around, but it looks okay. Not too bad. It's a good little anchorage. It only really started blowing this morning actually. So that's good. Bit of breeze might help us get there. Might be able to sail down the east side of the island that we're on here. The last leg. We reach Kodiak. Kodiak town anyway. And the island, I guess. I was looking at the charts last night and there is definitely more than a dozen islands in the Kodiak group. If you look at the tiny ones, there must be close to 50 at least. But as far as bigger islands go, there's not that many more than a dozen really. The tiny little islands, yeah, it's got to be 50 odd at least. Another nice day, it's beautiful. Still a bit of snow around. What are we getting into now? Getting close to the 20th of May, so it's been a very cold spring apparently, and these winds are really cold. I've got a 100% wool jumper on, a fleece. I've got another jacket ready to go. Long pants, ski pants. It's chilly. Could be a lot worse though, so I can't complain. It's pretty good. Out we go. Around the corner and south to Kodiak. The island with the biggest brown bears on the planet, they say. Just got around the point on the northeast tip of Afognak Island here. Just check the charts. Afognak, basically spelt as it sounds, finishing with a K. Afognak. Afognak. Goodness knows what that means. Must be a native name of some kind. Pretty cool. Afognak Island. Pretty sure the current's on my side. It's hard to tell, doing 5 knots. So it might be a little bit on my side, as I normally average around 4 to 5. This island here, Marmot Island, the little animal, marmots. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's because it looks like a marmot or there's marmots on there. If there's marmots on there, I would have thought there's marmots everywhere, so who knows. Not much wind though, so motor all the way so far. And maybe once we clear the island there could be a bit more wind coming in from the east, because it seems to be coming from that way today. We'll take it as it comes. Not a breath of wind, and I am going against the tide. I just checked the charts a second ago, doing about 3.5 knots, so yeah, didn't time it perfectly. You can't always, so sometimes you just got to go against it. It'll change in 2 hours, so hopefully that helps, but you never do know. Maybe I'll get close to Kodiak and then it's no good there. It's difficult. There's so many little nooks and crannies and channels amongst all the islands and fjords. It's difficult to time them all right. It's kind of like chasing salmon. You can't get them at the same rivers at the same time. But beautiful day, cruise on. At another 45 minutes till it turns. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down. Just cranked it up a bit there. Now it's not a bad thing to do every now and then, get the motor running as hot as it should be anyway. I mean, the recommended RPM for this engine, which is a Yanmar 3GM 30F, it's got 40 on the clock, so the recommended RPM is about 30,000. I generally run it at about 20,000. I'll just switch it back down now. I've just bit of a little back eddy in here there. I was really fighting the tide, so I thought it was a good time to open up a bit. Around this point, and then it's an open stretch through to Kodiak. Hopefully the tide will be going the right way once it turns. You never do know. Bit of moisture in my dial. I've never been able to get it out. Contemplated drilling a hole in it and just let it evaporate, but whatever, doesn't bother me too much. It's not affecting anything. So that's back down to 20,000 now. Significantly slower, but much better on fuel consumption. There's Kodiak Island. Plenty of snow on it. Unfortunately, a due straight southerly bloomin' headwind. So the tide's gonna turn soon, I hope, but yeah, going straight into the wind, which isn't good, so it'll be a long afternoon before I get there. At least another 6 hours. So it'll let me see. I'll probably get in at about 10 or 11, I guess. Still light, but yeah, hopefully the wind swings a bit. We'll see what happens. Anyway, good to see it though. Final destination's in sight. Nice little waterfall over there too. Kodiak out there, we're getting close. Still heaps of snow too, which is good. I love seeing the snow. By the end of the summer, most of it's gone, but early spring like this, there's still plenty around. It's beautiful. Calm. There's absolutely no wind, or very little anyway. It's probably about a 2-3 knot headwind, so it wouldn't be helping me much anyway, even if it was coming from the north. At the moment it's roughly south-southwest, which is exactly the direction we're going, but it's not really affecting me. The tide's not affecting me anymore either, so we should get in there by 9, 10-ish. Looking good. a tiny bit of breeze. Maybe 6 knots, I think. It's amazing how even just a little bit of wind in the headsail, you get another knot out of the boat. So with the tide and the motor, I was doing about 5, and we're up to about 6 now, so pretty happy because it's going to get dark, and I'm pretty low on fuel as well, so a little bit of extra speed. It's good. I'm happy. What a beautiful evening. Only this wind had been blowing all day would have been great. Just beautiful. It's hard to believe, but I was actually here working on one of my earlier books, my Alaska book, Hitchhiking Around Alaska Fly Fishing. And so that was 13 years ago, 2009. It's amazing, I just turned 33 and I'm just about to turn 46. How time flies, it's incredible. Well, made it. Homer through to Kodiak. Hope you enjoyed the trip so far and enjoyed the views and the sailing and all the rest of it. And I'll check in with you again with a couple of clips in the near future, or a clip anyway, of a couple of rivers nearby that I'm going to go check out, hopefully after a day or two dealing with some stuff in Kodiak here. Yeah, enjoy, all the best, and I'll see you when we hit those rivers in the near future.